80s on 8. Beat it? Do you watch the guy play? He's up A Radio, Channel 86.
Annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY in your cash and non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Want to relive the greatest moments in wrestling? Tune in Tuesdays to Busted Open on Fight Nation for the Look Back. Our coach will showcase standout moments from the world of wrestling, from the greatest wrestlers to legendary matchups and more. Yes, the Look Back, Tuesdays live on Busted Open, channel 156, and on the Busted Open podcast, brought to you by WWE on A&E. Watch the future greats of WWE emerge. WWE LFG premieres Sundays at 8, 7 Central, part of WWE Superstar Sunday, only on A&E. Undertaker, Booker T, Mickie James, and Bubba Ray Dudley, 4 WWE Legends, 1 epic mission to build the next great WWE superstar. 16 rookies competing in a raw, unfiltered look to their future. This is more than a competition. This is the ultimate look behind the curtain, from the grind to the glory. Witness what it really takes to become a WWE superstar. WWE LFG premieres Sundays at 8, 7 Central, part of WWE Superstar Sunday, only on A&E.
Glenn Cooking here. Join us for Smart Fantasy Tuesday nights at 10 Eastern as Kyle Elfrink and I lead you to a fantasy crown right here on Fantasy Sports Radio and on the Sirius XM app.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Time for the sounds of batted baseballs and warm-up catches. Pitchers and catchers report this week at MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM 89 with thorough coverage of every team as spring training commences. The 2025 outlook of your favorite team at MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM 89 and the Sirius XM app.
Sirius XM Sports, wherever you are, your team plays here. Build your bankroll with FTN Fantasy on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Little Akon and Eminem bringing us back on the FTN Fantasy Show. Dave Martinez. Our guy Nuke Christensen joins the show. He has joined us. He is a contributor for the NBA out here with FTN, where we are for the numbers and for you. Use the promo code to use to get all the tools, the Discord, the same game parlay calculator, which our guy Noops talks about all the time, and he joins us now. What's going on, Noops? I want to get your thoughts on some of your best plays for the night. But before we do, I think we talked previously about the Luka Doncic trade. We talked about the De'Aaron Fox trade. You're the one who told us that his family or in-laws are from San Antonio, that's something of a homecoming for him. But then there were more moves. Talk to me about Jimmy Butler, Kyle Kuzma, Mark Williams and Dalton Connect going and then coming back. What were some of your other big takeaways from the trade deadline that was something of a whirlwind? And are there any kind of, fantasy, under the radar guys to think about, like in Sacramento, for example, all of a sudden DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, people like that. What are some of your reactions here to tell the people on the tail end of the trade deadline last week?
It's a very interesting thing. It's just fascinating to see how quickly that happened and how quickly it fell apart. Certainly Mark Williams failed physical. I wonder going forward if we're going to see that be honestly a good thing for the Lakers too. While they still need a center, really gave up some valuable assets in that trade. Going back and looking at some of the others, you mentioned the Kyle Kuzma deal. I think a lot of people were looking at that as an attempt to make the team better. For me, that's a sign from the Milwaukee front office that they are starting to think more about their future and try to clean up the salary cap. We've got Chris Middleton, who's on a longer contract than Kuzma. Unfortunately, someone who's a great player, but has just had too many ankle surgeries at this point. He is not going to recover fully and become the player he once was. And they traded for Kuzma, a pretty solid piece, but I think the most important fact about that is Usman's contract increases in value each of the next 3 years. Basically, they set the contract up where his biggest payment was the first year. It slides down slightly. That's going to help the Milwaukee Bucks, I think, quite a bit in terms of salary going forward. For me, I think the biggest trade in terms of the rest of the NBA, the way the season is going to play out, is the Cleveland Cavaliers finally finding a fifth starter and acquiring DeAndre Hunter. The other Cavaliers have four of the best starters in the NBA in Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. But they really struggled. You know, with all due respect to guys like Isaac Okoro and Max Strus, who are really solid NBA players, just not the piece the team is really looking for. And I think Hunter steps in, has not been the defender maybe we expected him to be, but doesn't have to be on this team. He's got a lot of help behind him with Mobley and Allen protecting the rim. He's going to fit in nicely as a shooter. He's going to open up even more space, again, for those guards in Donovan Mitchell and in Darius Garland. I think things look really nice for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I'll be honest, guys, if you don't already have some Cavaliers to win the Eastern Conference in your pocket, I'm looking at plus 300 from our friends at BetMGM, Bet Rivers, and even plus 330 at FanDuel. Get out there today. If you had any bonus bets left over in the Super Bowl, now's the time to use them, and you better use them on the Cleveland Cavaliers, who I think are going to win the Eastern Conference.
Noops is actually explaining why the vitriol for the Virginia Cavaliers getting upset in March Madness by UMBC years ago was very overrated because DeAndre Hunter was not available for that opening game. Noops, I apologize. I digress. Talk to me about your bets tonight. It's my Memphis Grizzlies, Noops, is what it is. You're telling me that you're going first quarter here at Phoenix with them, which is interesting. Ja Morant, love him. He's leading this team. I think they are the biggest threat to Oklahoma City in the West. They are hot. They're 8-2 in their last 10. And you think they're going to start strong tonight, my friend. Tell me why.
I sure do, Mike. I'm going to be right about this game. It's today's edition of Noob's NBA Game of the Day. I'll be up on FCNFantasy.com in about an hour or so. There's even more bets. So I'll just tease you a little bit. The first one, I like this bet quite a bit. The Memphis Grizzlies have been one of the best first quarter teams in the NBA this season. They really pride themselves on coming out and starting games well. You take a look at their record against the spread. Again, Memphis 29-19 against the spread here in the first quarter, and even better on the road, 15-9-1. They've been a great bet all season. They go up against the Phoenix Suns team that is a disaster, gentlemen. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games. The only win required overtime against the Utah Jazz, who are one of the worst teams in the NBA. Kevin Durant knows he's probably leaving after this offseason. Again, wasn't really upset to be traded until they mentioned he had to go back to Golden State. You know, weird situation with Yusuf Nurkic, who was effectively exiled. Didn't talk to his coach for about 2 months before being traded in the deal that technically hasn't finished processing. I think now is the time to fade the Suns hard. It's a great spot with the Grizzlies side, especially early in the game. Give me Grizzlies first quarter, -1.
I like what you guys are saying, and, you know, I did, in fact, have some extra bonus bets, have some extra cash after the Super Bowl, and, you know, following what Randall just said, I bet the Memphis Grizzlies at 12-1 to win the Net Western Conference. I also had the exact NBA Finals result moves of the Oklahoma City Thunder to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers at a good 14-1 as that result. So the fact that you guys are with me on those make me feel good. Talk to me about some plays that you have with Pistons and the Bulls. You got the former number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham, going over in his points. And listen, I generally, Noops, like guys going over on their points against the Chicago Bulls, a team that can't play defense and is one of the faster paced teams in the NBA.
Now, Dave, as you like to say, we are not just here to give you a fish. We want to teach you how to fish. And as you mentioned, this is something everyone should write down and remember. When a good guard is playing against the Bulls, we bet his overs. I can't be here every day to give you guys bets, but anytime the Bulls are playing, write it down, folks, in pen somewhere where you can see it. If the Bulls are facing a team with a good guard, the overs have been great. Chicago really struggles defensively to stop guys, and it's just sort of a nightmare combination where they don't have a lot of good perimeter defenders, and there's not one single rim protector to be found on this team. Guards absolutely thrashing these guys. I take a look at our model at FTN. Cade Cunningham's point total in the market right now sits at 27.5. We have got him projected to score almost 30 points, about 29 and a half here. As I like always mentioned, not only do I love the prop tool for the projections, but you go to the same game parlay tool, you can not only figure out, again, what the projection looks like, but how we actually price this. We would have over 27 and a half, closer to minus 130. So looking at the odds we currently have on this, it's a pretty nice edge. Again, we're looking basically around minus 110, minus 115, a pretty solid EV there. I love Cade Cunningham tonight. I think he goes over just about everything. The points to me, it's best one.
Arthur Thompson of the Pistons in the month of January. The Grizzlies at 12-1 to win the Net Western Conference. I also had the exact NBA Finals result moves of the Oklahoma City Thunder to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers at a good 14-1 as that result. So the fact that you guys are with me on those make me feel good. Talk to me about some plays that you have with Pistons and the Bulls. You got the former number one pick, Cade Cunningham, going over his points. And listen, I generally like guys going over on their points against the Chicago Bulls, a team that can't play defense and is one of the faster paced teams in the NBA.
Now, Dave, as you like to say, we are not just here to give you a fish. We're going to teach you how to fish. And as you mentioned, this is something everyone should write down and remember. When a good guard is playing against the Bulls, we bet his overs. I can't be here every day to give you guys that, but anytime the Bulls are playing, write it down close in pen somewhere where you can see it. If the Bulls are facing a team with a good guard, the overs have been great. Chicago really struggles defensively to stop guys, and it's just sort of a nightmare combination where they don't have a lot of good perimeter defenders, and there is not one single rim protector to be found on this team. Guards absolutely flash these guys. So take a look at our model at FTN. Cade Cunningham's point total in the market right now sits at 27.5. We have got him projected to score almost 30 points, about 29.5 here. As I like to always mention, not only do I love the prop tool for the projections, but you go to the same game parlay tool, you can not only figure out, again, what the projection looks like, but how we actually price this. We would have over 27.5, closer to minus 130. So looking at the odds we currently have on this, it's a pretty nice edge. Again, we're looking basically around minus 110, minus 115, a pretty solid EV there. I love Cade Cunningham tonight. I think he goes over just about everything. The points to me is the best one.
Arthur Thompson of the Pistons in the month of January averaged 21 minutes per game. In February, 25. That's up. Arthur Thompson field goal percentage in the month of January, 51%. In February, 63%. Arthur Thompson's points per game in the month of January, 8.2. His points per game.
Welcome to the birthplace of college football. The State University of New Jersey, the campus of Rutgers in Piscataway, and we are ready for what ought to be a tremendous game today. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started.
Again, I like this point to rebound to assist, but the biggest edge for me is on the defensive side of the court where he really thrives. Thompson Stinks becoming basically a starter here in the last 5 games. He's had 4 more steals from the NFL radio from 88.
And the Hawkeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff.
Now back to the news and analysis on FTN.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner goes down. So the Rutgers Scarlet Knights return team will have that offense backed up. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Reese. It just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
Yeah, the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
The give to the right. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth-quarter game.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. The Scarlet Knights will call on their punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon.
I want difference makers.
He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So the Iowa Hawkeyes offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. That penalty move.
But to point this out, how fragile.
10 yards will replay the down.
Bucky Irving slides to me. The team is A.J. Brown, Marvin Harrison, Bucky Irving, DK Metcalf, and my quarterback is probably Justin Herbert. That is unless instead of taking DK Metcalf, you still take Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, something like that. That was John Allen bust. That was the big pitch. Yeah, because I don't.
Line gets set, first down.
Top 4 rounds and the wide receiver with flex.
The give to the tailback. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong. And I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out of line scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up. And usually, they don't get out of the midst of those big plays.
After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
5 rounds. I beat one of them at least from Steve at $1. I guess my question for you is, I think it's going to go into here to be wide receiver heavy. Exactly what you just said. You want to lead the first 4 rounds, first 5 rounds with a bunch of wide receivers. My question though is because only half of the teams did that, right? Only half of the teams did that. I was a little bit surprised because I'm not going to get the running back kind of volley off the top.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one.
We got like Saquon Barkley.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Hawkeyes line up to punt it away. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, folks.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Quick completion on the out. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get the rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They tried to run the counter, but absolutely nothing doing.
And those
Listen, the adage is true. If you're going to select
a little longer to develop sometimes, you usually pull in 1 or 2 guys, and that penetration in the backfield can kill you, can get to the running back before he gets started.
They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. And the Scarlet Knights will send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball.
round 1, 2, 3, Jamar Chase, on Barkley, Derrick Henry. I think that worked out just fine.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line.
And this is also a little bit.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Complete to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
On most levels. So, to me, that was interesting.
That last play is what you call a drive starter. They're out to the 47. It's first down.
At the extreme level,
Hand off to the lone back.
Josh Jacobs
And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens
I
next.
don't remember seeing this dude.
They'll put in play for the 41 on first down.
And he'll be satisfied with the wide receivers that he winds up with. Jim winds up with Jim as his wide receiver.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Little over anxious out of the stands early, and it's a false start.
Wide receiver 3, and then he takes up his wide receiver 4.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Juxtapose that against your AJ Brown, Marvin Harrison, DK Metcalf, Tim Coleman. Juxtapose that against my Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Chris Olave, Deebo Samuel. And he's talking about Latin, Funky, Brandon Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy, and Luka.
They're going to test the right side with this one.
Oh, where this dude been at? The hell?
And he rolls into the house.
Damn it.
Down Iowa.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
I have no issues with Barkley. I get it. Okay. Jacobs concerns. I think Jacobs really disappointing. He's a volume-based running back. Been on multiple teams. So now what Jim is saying, Jim feels that the elite wide receivers are not separating as much. So he feels Ladd McConkey, Ayuk in a big bounce back, Jeudy, and the rookie Ibuka, that they could absolutely perform well. That's what he needs. Do I see that, Dane, as my favorite path to drafting? No, I do not. I think you need an elite wide receiver. I think someone like Bob Harris's team is a little more interesting to me. He starts with Chase in the 2 spots. You picked second overall. He took Jamar Chase, took Brock Bowers. So he's saying, I'm taking the top wide receiver, I'm taking the top tight end. Again, getting a positional advantage. In theory. There's a risk with Pete Carroll, with the Ravens, I get it. But outside of that, he goes Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's a great pick. And then he loads up with Mixon, Connor, and Aaron Jones. Right. And I know if Bob was on the show right now, he'd say, I think 2 of those 3 are hit. Right. So he's going to have to hit on Jacoby
Getting
Myers.
set for the point after.
If Sam Darnold's going to race, Jacoby Myers gets Dave Moore.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with that thrilling 46-yard run to pay dirt. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3-and-out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Yeah, and this offense is searching, man. They're trying to find something. Last week, they did nothing. They got nothing going. Looked really, really poor. This week's starting a little sluggish. They got to find something they can hang their hat on and something they can build off of for this offense.
You don't get, like, I wanted a dual threat guy. Couldn't get one of the top ones. I saw Anthony Richardson in that tier with Kyle Murray, and I snapped him right. But if you wait get a quarterback.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10.
And after that, the guys like
He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just straight it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll tell you, this is a hard defense to run against if you're going to go sideline to sideline because of that guy's speed at linebacker. He can get all the way to the perimeter, chase the quarterback down on the option, and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot.
He's now going to DJ Stroud. QB 5 now going Caleb Williams has a rookie. We didn't know it. QB 13.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28.
If I knew that the level of quarterback was going to be available, I probably don't.
From the gun, wants to pass.
Feeling
some heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's lost the ball for. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. The Scarlet Knights will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one.
That's not incredible. So that's why I always
Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Iowa has the ball back on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's
Oh, no. Come on.
And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver
Move it to the outside so when you go get the ball on the outside.
Gets away a little bit from the QB, and
Kept running forward.
Here's the handoff.
A mistake that I made. Look, if the rumors
how about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Then I probably wouldn't have done
Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all.
We give you kind of insights. I know Mike's doing most of the best balls throughout the offseason and giving you some context. But when we come
That's
back,
the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second.
And like I said, he's been so hot, he is sweating. He joined the show to great deadline moves, and he gives some of the pick-em sites out there where you need to go over and under tonight in the association. We will do that when we come back in Martinez and Mike Randall right here on the Excellent Fantasy Show.
The hard drives.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away.
He took that quarterback out. He's set.
And the Scarlet Knights send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight.
Alexa, Google Home, smart TVs, and everywhere on the Sirius XM app.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Leaves it with the running back. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting a man on the ground.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
How bold will they be on third down after that last run? The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to throw, it's Sims. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. And the Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Black. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to get back into one is to run the football. Establish yourselves up front at the line of scrimmage and help keep these third downs manageable.
Yeah, and the best news is your defense at least forced a punt of their own. So now you can go answer with that good stop while this game is still close. Let's just go keep putting more points on the board, and let's see less of the punter.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a fifth. On third and long, trying to convert through the air.
Whoa.
He's got his man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
That wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The Scarlet Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. And he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the defense.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Gotta make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls for overuse. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Coach is always hard about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Dropping back, it's Sims. He's going for it all. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver, because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting the hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Now looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. coming after it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. They've had to punt the last couple of times they've had it, David, now trying to put something together.
Reese, you know how much I love punters and kickers. Like, you don't want to see them very often. Those are not guys that we want to see on the field. We want to do something else and be a little bit more productive offensively.
I think, David, on this drive, the quarterback just got settled down. His last few drives looks like he's seeing ghosts. We've seen him force the football. He's missed a couple throws. He needs to just take a deep breath and play within himself.
Running back searching for a hole. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride in stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Turns it over midfield. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
3rd down and 2, you know it's time to get physical. This unit paves the way, Jesse, and gets the big 1st down. And this back's got such a burst, too, doesn't he? As soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it and picked up a huge chunk of yards.
Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34.
There's even more stuff. So just easier a little bit. The first one, I like this thing.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5.
First quarter team to the NBA this season. They really pride themselves on coming out.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. We reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Fires to the middle. That pass is incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw.
I like what you guys are saying.
Got it behind the line. It's Washington. They get him down after he makes the catch.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that 3rd down a little bit more manageable. Honestly,
Caught over the middle. What's Fletcher? There to make the tackle,
Let's
but the
get
big
that.
throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. The Scarlet Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Fletcher. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tap.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Got it in the middle. It's strong. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Minnesota is ahead right now in Minneapolis, but that's not exactly Bronco Nagurski out there controlling the game. This one is a long way from being over. They're up by 4 over Michigan State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
February 25.
Setting up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. That last completion has him set up, second and short. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Line getting set on second down. Quarterback checking the play.
I know we had to spend about a month here about his son with A&M boxing, but I thought his also very good. Incredible athlete. Some of the does just about everything he wanted to do
Dropping
on the
back,
court.
it's Sims. Getting some heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
The biggest edge for me is on the defensive side of the court. He's really right. Austin thinks he's coming basically a starter here.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with a halftime update.
We project him to have 2.5 steals.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Piscataway. And I get it, a lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the birthplace of college football.
All right, let's switch it up with this here. We got Raptors in the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia to take on the Sixers. And you are on this stud, Scotty Barnes, to do some damage from the other way.
Yeah.
And the Scarlet Knights will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Oh, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to get the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle, maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Just to give you a context, the stop volume was there.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Back to throw, it's Sims. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Fires to the tight end. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
Thank you. We hit with the bonus under
86 in the call and the Sirius XM.
He'll try to pop the draw.
Receiving a 3%
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
They'll leave it with him. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good cycle.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Handoff to the single running back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Hawkeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. To throw, it's Sims. Looking to buy time. He'll turn it loose out to the right.
Yes.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Hawkeye.
Hoffman.
That is confidence in your arm strength. Look at the revolutions on that one as he zips it in there.
Confidence, arm arrogance, whatever you want to call it. You can tell he believed it. Put it right where he needed to. You got double coverage. You got to fit it in there. He believed, and he did.
Here's what's happening on Sirius XM Sports.
Time for the sounds of batted baseballs and warm-up catches. Pitchers and catchers report this week.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Sirius XM Sports.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
On second down, he'll let it fly. He's right on target. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took the steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing your catch.
Power football with the run. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Now back to the news.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. Just an obvious holding call there, one that just kills an offense's momentum. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Love the competitive nature by the defender on that play. That's just a 50-50 ball, and that defender swatted it away.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. They've got the screen set up. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. The Scarlet Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the officials spot it. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
I lost Bucky Irvin. If Bucky Irvin was there, I'd take Bucky Irvin.
Quarterback
I'd
checking
come back
off.
probably with TJ Metcalf. And
Now the play fake.
Definitely.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referee's caught.
As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. The handoff as they run the counter play here. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Yeah, because I don't want to come out of the top 4 rounds and the wide receiver with on that.
Looking to throw at Sims. Quickly to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball is going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes, and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Solid pickup for 4 on first down and 2nd and 6.
You know, I think it's in both.
He'll put the tight end in motion.
Exactly what you just said. You want to use the first 4 rounds, first 5 rounds with a bunch of wide receivers. My question, though, is because only the team did that.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing.
I was a little bit surprised because
he'll try to do it himself. Fights off a defender. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
QB's got to be able to play on so many different levels. They got to read coverages, know the snap count, know what everybody's doing, and then does a great job at the end making something out of nothing, making a positive play, picking up a new set of downs, a new set of problems for this defense.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, 2nd down coming.
Really kind of wrong. Are you saying this? Yeah, it is. One because the running back had such an incredible feat. They come back with the Garrett and
this should be the last play of the quarter.
People want to running back. I don't think that's the right thing. Because we don't have to expect the captain to get the point that the overall offense
give to the running back. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
But the other issue is that the elite wide receivers are really struggling separately. DK Metcalf did not have
1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish.
Because of the increase of the passing game.
First down to start the drive after the break.
That being said, I think Metcalf is a buy because it dropped so far.
He's going to pass. Trying to burn this defensive back.
Oh, no.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of the bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
A little screen to the running back. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I think they should there.
He'll keep it himself. Heading to the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get it down at the 1-yard line. And the Hawkeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up. On the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Iowa. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
They run first, and Josh Jacobs in second. You know, most other teams got at least one
Lining
wide.
up to tack one more onto that lead.
One wide at that level. And so you're like, okay.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. South Carolina is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Columbia, one of the most special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Coastal Carolina. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Makes the catch. It's Washington. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Looks like if you take this strategy.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back and got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning with a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Scarlet Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got it on the outside. It's strong. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Caught close to the marker. It's strong. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Scarlet Knights are flying down the field. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. And the ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. A dangerous cover man and a dangerous return man after the pick as he gets it all the way to the 44-yard line.
And as a
let's talk real quick about quarterback position.
Late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying.
We were talking about with Joe Burrow as most people's QB5, and then there is a gap all the way down into the 10th round where Baker Mayfield, my man crush, Patty Mahomes, and Anthony Richardson go. Listen, the last quarterback won, and this is important context, Mike. The last team to get their first quarterback, it happens in the 14th round. Okay, where we've got someone drafting Caleb Williams at 14th round, 7th pick. That is the 13th quarterback off the board. I had already double tapped it with Brock Purdy.
Add them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now in the cemetery.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4.
Get your quarterback. Fill out your roster literally with your
wide receiver shows motion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
He didn't know him. QB 13. Justin Herbert, QB 17. If I knew that that level of quarterback was going to be available, I probably...
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Complete along the sidelines, and that'll be good enough for the first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
Outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football.
Yeah, no way.
Get out of here with the ball.
Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And it's just simple. A simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in the best way.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. They'll line up for a second down play.
They are Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, and Jalen.
Looking for a gap, it's Patterson. And he has a solid game before the defense bottles him up.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to drive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Touchdown, Hawkeye! And the stomping has commenced. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and give me another touchdown.
Association, there are 4 games on the hardwood tonight, and we bring our guy, Luke Christensen. Like I said, he's been so hot, he is sweating.
And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one.
Some of the pick'em sites out there where you need to go.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point gives them a 28-3 lead.
Plus guitars, lots of guitars. Oh, and the original MTV VJ.
So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting, keep throwing the football, try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
Grabbed in the middle, it's strong. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
When you run your slant route, once it gets man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football.
Throws for the tight end. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Deep shot for the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
After not really playing their best
strong.
this season, people said that this team is bad. Now they won 3 in a row. This team is good. People are fickle.
Yeah, and we're probably the ones who were saying that a little bit, Reese, because they were struggling. They looked like they knew who they were, and they didn't have the momentum going. But now they definitely got it together, Jesse, and they look like a different team.
They sure do, David. We know teams get better or they get worse over the course of the season. This team right now, completely different. Almost the polar opposite than what we saw earlier this year. And I'll tell you, look at their schedule and who they've got left. Those teams better be careful. This team is coming for them.
That's going to do it for us from here.
Fantasy on Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio.
Little Akon and Eminem bringing us back on the FTN Fantasy Show. Dane